Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
with Stix.
Let's roll into some NFL tomfoolery or whatever that is going on in the NFL week 6 and everything else going on. But first, bro, kind of a NFL. I know you've seen this already. Amazon Prime is going to do a Black Friday football game.
What?
Starting 2023.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like something they would do.
Kiss the malls goodbye, baby. Because you know what's going to happen?
What?
These jokers
What?
are
Go
going to,
ahead.
it's going to be, what they call Prime Day or whatever?
Go ahead.
Oh, they're going to do Prime Day. So all the ladies that want to go out shopping, now it's going to be, nope, I'm going to stay at home. And while my husband's watching football, I'm going to be right here. Or maybe, I'm not saying the women don't watch football, by the way. I'm not saying that.
Go ahead.
But anybody that's going to be shopping on Friday, now you can just stay home and get all the Prime deals you want from a billion dollar company that's just going to be giving out deals like no other on Friday. Hey, after the first quarter, let's watch this game. Scan this QR code for your 25% off. Free shipping, or what? I guess Prime gets free shipping.
There you go. I'm just waiting because
they are shutting the world down, baby.
Oh, it's gonna be barcodes all over the screen. Buy now. If you click on this, you get an extra 15%. It's gonna be crazy, bro. I'm telling you. And there's gonna be all type of metrics, because remember what I said is that now that they're making us stream this, they're not guessing about Nielsen ratings whether I'm watching anymore.
They're going to know right away.
Exactly. They know when I came in, when I left, just like when you do a fantasy draft. That shit says log in, log off, log out, log in, log out 8 times because you're fucking around trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be the same thing. And they're going to have first quarter. They're going to have you hooked because they're going to want you there to watch the game and then spend the bread. First quarter NFL merch deal. Second quarter NFL merch deal.
Oh, it's gonna be wild.
Halftime NFL merch deal with a clock at the bottom. Like, this is QV motherfucking C, man. And the shit is all linked to your Amazon, man. And yo, you got my watching habits, because you kind of did like, if they had, now imagine if Amazon had as much programming as Netflix. They would have my damn watching habits. They know what kind of crazy mental shit that I watch. They know the dumb, stupid shit that I buy that I don't even need. They'll know all of that shit, G. This is that next level Westworld shit, G.
Yeah, it's crazy. Starting next year, so.
But look at what Amazon, they're going to need in a minute, because Amazon is paying for some bullshit right now. They got 2 games worth of straight hot garbage. Not 12 to
week
12
6
to this and 12 to that. What?
Yeah, week 6, Washington, Chicago, 12-7. And you know what the good thing about that is too? We'll get into week 7 later, but then you get Chicago on Monday night this week. So hey, quality football games going on in these prime times right now.
And guess who's gonna be watching?
Everybody.
They ain't gonna be struggling trying to find where it's streaming at and all that.
Hey, I know we forgot to talk about your New York Jets last week, homie. You didn't even get your piece in. Took down the Green Bay Packers 27-10. So you're on your boy Zach Wilson for years now. And did you see this coming with your boy Zach Wilson?
No, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because he's not doing it. Well, first of all, I'm gonna tell you no, because he hasn't done anything yet. They're just winning, right? So Joe Flacco is responsible for a couple of those. But silently, when we clicked off last week, I was like, oh, it's a whole big ass note I forgot right here about my boy Zach Pimpin. This dude came back in and silently won 2 games.
Right.
Won against damn Aaron Rodgers. What the what the hell just happened, dog?
Yeah.
Win going away, road victory, underdog, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, never even a real doubt in that game. I think it was tied at halftime, 3-3 or something. But
3.
Yeah, then showed out in a second. Baltimore pissed away another lead like they always do against those Giants.
There we go. Speak on it. See, look at New York football right now. That's what I'm saying.
That's
you
why
can't
I
give
think
New York a chance to do shit. We got to put our foot on their neck every chance we get. Because look at them. Jets, Giants, Yankees. Come on, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think that we talked about it last week. I think the Giants may be something to be reckoned with here.
Yeah. Cover monster.
What else?
Your Rams
bounced. Your Rams bounced back against Carolina and PJ Walker. I didn't even know he was starting.
I told you.
He's back.
It's PJ Walker. But look,
back for week 7.
I got a little something. I dug up something on the Rams. Let me fish around for a second, man. Let me go onto the archive. Let me fish around for a little bit for something that I got on the Rams real quick. Hold on. I got to go into the file. Let me find this real quick. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it's not good over there, man. And I'm telling you, I think I enjoy this better because I actually look at them like something's wrong with them instead of riding the home train. You know what I'm saying? When you ride the home train, sometimes them hors d'oeuvres and the snacks look good. Yeah, you get a little delusional, like you're getting fed, right? But look, the team rushing, because we know the rushing is garbage. I didn't know it was this bad. They've only had rushing over 100 twice. This is week 7 we going into. They've only rushed over 100 yards twice. You know what they had aside from those 2 games? Listen to this here. 38. This is a damn team total. Okay, this ain't a player prop. 57. This is somebody's fucking player prop, man. 65.
For a starting running back on your team, those are player props.
52.
Not game props.
I ain't even gonna tell you how many rushes those are on. Forget about it. And how many people it took to get that. It's bad over there, man. That's why I was like, I hit you offline soon as that blow up happened. What was that? It was Monday Night Football for us. Or no. What was that? Panthers game.
Oh yeah.
Panthers game. Yeah. Robbie. And I'm going, boom, we get the Robbie news. He's thrown out. He's pissed off. And I'm going, woo, I got a spot for Robbie, boy. It looks like Carolina's trying to tank for Bryce, for Hooker, for Stroud. They're on the tank for somebody, train. It's going to be good for somebody.
Well, they just they just picked up their first round quarterback last year.
Hey, look, they're in the same league with the Cleveland Browns, bro. Come on. Yeah, how many? I keep getting them. Yeah, because they're all cheap. Keep getting them. Because if you hit with the quarterback, it's the Russell Wilson formula. You hit with the quarterback early, then you can build around. Right? You got to do like Trev Lawrence. You got to do like Andrew Luck. You got to hit with the quarterback early. Right? Well, Andrew Luck, we didn't win with that, but you know how that worked out. But anyway, so with what's going on with all of the with the stuff with Robbie, and I'm going, oh, Rams, let's do it. Let's put a package. We need a wide receiver. That's easy. He's disgruntled. He could stay right there. You know what I'm saying? They'll cut him.
Tell him to ship all his stuff.
There. Yeah, and boom, there we go. There's action. Man, these rotten, dirty ass stank birds is on it, bro. I'm telling you, birds are sloppy. They be on it. They peck away at everything. The damn birds went after him, man.
They didn't even waste any time. What was it? He was on the next flight by noon the next day.
Crazy.
You're right. He probably just went straight from, he probably got traded before he even left the airport that night.
He probably got the cut notification and everything went down right there. The damn agent did the contract, whatever business needed to be handled right
while
then
he was
and
in
there.
The locker room.
And he put the call out. He put the call out probably before that and asked if anybody's interested. And Arizona Cardinals clearly jumped right on it because guess what situation they're playing with? They're playing with a damn under 18 Pop One or under 6 foot Pop Warner team that one of their little people, Oompa Loompas, got hurt. Okay, Hollywood Brown, he's hurt, out for the season.
No.
But guess what? You got D-Hop coming back, which is beautiful. Now you need somebody else tall. Bang! Now you got a whole different trajectory for the Cardinals, maybe. Robbie Anderson, I don't know what you expect. AJ Brown, AJ Green, my fault.
AJ Green, yeah.
AJ Green, he don't know if the pass is coming to him, which direction, you know. And then you got D-Hop coming back with this little dude throwing it to him who can't sit still, running around constantly.
Yeah.
Is that an improvement for those guys or what?
Well, we'll talk about that, and when we get to week 7, right? I think.
Oh,
because they play Thursday. They play
everybody's
tonight.
active.
Yeah, so we'll see. I got a couple things on that as well. Well, shit. Let's get into real quick. Seahawks, or let's get the hometown plays of the week from week 6. We went kind of low key last week. We basically just went Rams money line for you last week.
Yeah, had to take a win.
Yeah, take a win. Me too. And I picked the over everything. So good thing you didn't listen to me on the Seahawks game, because I said over 50.5 and it was only 28. And then Kenny Walker over rushing yards would have hit. I didn't get what it was, but you know damn well it wasn't 80 or 90, and he hit 97. So shout out to Kenny Walker. Told you boys out there that he's going to be the real deal. Just had to get his shot. He's going to be just fine. And that's what Coach Pete was looking for. And that's what Coach Pete needed. And that's why they're 3-3 right now, is because they have that option alongside Geno Smith, who is still the best quarterback in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. But they pulled out a nice solid 19-9 victory. Over 3.5 field goals would have hit for sure.
Easy.
Don't make me dig in, because I see a lot of 3s on my paper here. I'm gonna have to dig into some over 3.5 field goals, since the games have been unders. Let's see, primetime unders are 13-6.
See,
league unders are 56-37-1. That's 60%. Road teams are 47, 42-3 against the spread, and then home teams straight up are 49-42-1. So I mean, man, it's the year of the unders right now. Years of the unders.
Be listening. I've been trying to tell them.
So there are a few of those games out there that hit the over last week. 1, 2, probably.
Oh yeah.
There's a few of them, but like you said, it's 60, running at 60% right now. And then the prime times, especially, they were hot overs last year. Not happening right now. So 68% on the under and the overs in the primetime games. That's crazy.
I mean, and
that's going to change.
What we recognize, the quick update that I give is that the power rank is showing me every week that the NFL is getting tighter and tighter. There's only 5 teams that are really separated from the pack, positive or negative at this point. Other than that, you can take the 2 bottom teams, Chicago and Carolina, take them out. You can take the top 3 teams, Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philly, take them out. Everybody else, it's a touchdown game. No more than a touchdown. No more than a touchdown. So every game on the outside of that is going to be close. It's just what it's going to be. I'm gonna like to hear your take on a couple of these games that I got picked out for week 7, because with your power rankings that have been pretty much damn spot on all year. So I want to know where my off the top of my head plays going through these games, see what you got, because I got a couple other notes here for the game. So on that note, last week I took a note. So there were 8 instances where my power rank had a discrepancy against what the line was, and it would have basically been 50-50. If I would have played what my power rank would have told me, 4 of them would have fell off and 4 of them would have cashed. So, I mean, that just proves that Vegas always knows, and football is always doing what football always does. And that's just the one thing that we always going to be dealing with this week. I mean, last week was the first week, which we didn't talk about, which was buys in the place. Teams were off. So we had the Raiders off last week, and we had some other cats off last week.
Detroit.
Tennessee, I think. But this week, now we got an off day for the homie. No stress, stress-free life. You know what I'm
No
saying?
Rams, baby. No Rams.
Now I can focus on the S, get the Kraken, and see what's up with the Seahawks and maybe the Horseshoe, see what's going on with them. But Buffalo is also off. Philly is getting an early rest too, and Minnesota. So some heavy hitters across the league, or supposed to be heavy hitters across the league, getting some buys early and able to rest up or get their lives together, some extra time in the lab. So,
Want to start off with this Arizona New Orleans game tonight?
That's it right there. That's it.
Since
right
you
there.
were you already referenced the bringing in of Robbie Anderson. You know, I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of snaps, but he'll be on the 25 long bomb play, I'm sure. Here,
out there. Yep.
Hail Mary, Kyler Murray, just throw this up there, see if someone can catch it. You got D-Hop back. You got AJ Green, who's a silent, piece of that
Very
lineup
silent.
now. So we'll see what happens there. What is Arizona's 2-4, and you got New Orleans 2-4, I believe, as well. Yep, 2-4. Yeah. And let's see, you have still 2.5. Yeah. Arizona's favored by 2.5, and
it's gonna stay there too.
Yeah,
Vegas is smart. See that? It ain't gonna go either way, because that's a whole lot of money moving to get over to 3.5. So 3, Vegas is not gonna touch 3. Vegas is gonna stay right there and make you decide whether you want to take Arizona to win this game, or you're going to take the unknown of New Orleans with all of the injury problems, right? But even though New Orleans has been holding on, I have this game only a 1.
Yeah, well, that probably
a whole lot closer, because I don't think Arizona's not that good.
No, and I would take, just straight up right now, I would take the 2.5 points, just in case the kicker can't miss, or kickers miss a extra point here and there. What's that?
Will Lutz.
Yeah, well, he's usually pretty solid, but didn't he miss one last week? And then let's see, what else do I got? New Orleans is 2-4 against the spread. Arizona's 3-3 against the spread, and New Orleans is 4-2 towards the over, and Arizona is 2-4 over under. So I don't know. It looks like
dog or pass.
I would just definitely take the dog on this one.
Yeah, I think it'd be a dog or pass, or try to find something else in there, maybe props or something that can get you some money. But what did we find out last week? That the information is true. Remember, we found out about Kirk Cousins. We found out that he doesn't know how to play any other time except for 10 a.m. Pacific Coast time, whatever that is, Central. That's what he loves to play. Okay, other than that, he's whack. We also learned that Arizona don't know how to score in the first quarter and the first half period. So you might want to look to them on a Thursday, short rest, all of that business, the usual cliches, to not score shit neither in the first half. Look for the under, maybe the combined under, because New Orleans is messed up, and all that. So maybe look there. I don't know. Those things that we know are true.
Well, I believe that New Orleans is averaging 30 points a game with Andy Dalton. And I believe Arizona's been outscored, like you said, in the first half, 89 to 29 or something like that. So that's crazy. I did the under maybe the look, but if it's still I got 43.5. I would definitely hit this game as the over, even though everything says not to. Because if I'm going to take New Orleans and the points, I definitely think they're going to score maybe 27, and then Arizona could get lucky in that second half and maybe get a couple garbage TDs or something to keep it 27-20-ish.
Yeah, I hate to be repetitive, but this is another one of those situations. I didn't even update everybody and tell you how my situation worked. I did work the teaser last week and took Washington to cover and stole the points from Tampa Bay. Who the fuck knew that?
Oh, geez. I forgot about that Tampa Bay and
Pittsburgh. Okay.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Speaking of Three Rivers, the bullshit. Look, that wasn't no bigger. And I joked about it beforehand that the NFL had set that up to look like the perfect tease play. The only thing on the board with double digits that you could trust, okay, that week. You wasn't trusting the Rams to beat anybody by double digits. So no, you were looking at Tampa Bay easy on Pittsburgh with Kenny Pickett and a decimated defense. No, that did not happen. So the tease lost. This is another opportunity to take New Orleans and the points, tease that up higher. Okay. Swing that, or New Orleans has enough points. The 6.5 point teaser, swing it all the way through to 7 to get New Orleans really safe, and then peel those from Tampa Bay again, because maybe I feel safer about Carolina being shittier than I felt about Pittsburgh. I don't know. Look, this is the shit that I'm trying to get an edge in the NFL.
Again, I mean, even if the teaser, did you look at the teaser, see what the Carolina or what the Tampa Bay points would be go down to? Because they're like 11 right now.
All right, go ahead. I'll fire it up.
I mean, I wonder what it'd be like if you go down to 2 again. You would think you'd be able to win by 2 at Carolina after the Rams just won by 12 double digits or something.
You would think.
And with unless they just really bounce back from getting rid of Robbie Anderson, which is wild.
The thing was, it was bad enough that you have to go to those heights or those depths to tease points to win in the damn NFL. And you got to be scared of Chicago. That's the first thing. I was scared of Chicago. That I needed the points for Washington.
Right.
That was the big problem. You know what I'm saying? That's the big understanding. That's the misconception. That's what people miss about that.
Well, in your defense, nobody knew a damn thing that was going to happen in week 6 with all those underdogs winning and covering and all that stuff. Which is another reason why I like all these games this week in week 7. So let's see. So that closes up Thursday night. Let's start with Detroit at Dallas. Detroit coming off the bye, like you referenced.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll with Detroit and the +7 again in this one with Dak coming back. Detroit coming off the bye week. To see Detroit is still 3-2 against the spread, 4-1 on the over-unders. The only game they didn't cover was the their shutout.
Look at this. This is why I hate the NFL. Because look at how much time we can spend on the NFL trying to fuck around and lose. Okay, because look, this is one of the games where I have a discrepancy. This is a perfect example. I'm glad you picked this game. The line is 7.5, right?
7, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay, it went down a point. All right, cool. All right, my power rank has this game closer. I have it at 4.5. So that means is Detroit? Or is Vegas telling me that who's worse? Is Detroit worse, or is Dallas better? Is Dak Prescott 3 points of an upgrade or 2.5 points of an upgrade in a system? He's a starting quarterback.
Coming off a freaking thumb injury that he had surgery on. I mean, you still have this game at 7, and he didn't play well in the first game, and he got hurt. And I mean, you had a backup quarterback in the system for the last 4 weeks who went 3-1 or whatever. Okay,
these are the teams that are around Dallas. Better than Dallas. One ahead, Cincinnati. You agree or disagree?
Yeah.
One below, Minnesota. Agree or disagree?
Below Dallas?
Yeah.
Disagree. I'd take Minnesota over Dallas.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's reverse it. All right. We got Detroit, New Orleans, one above.
Minnesota?
Or no,
above Dallas?
Detroit, even team. Detroit, even team. New Orleans, even with.
Detroit, even with. I'd say you'd probably have to say, that they're pretty close to even.
How about
you never know.
Cleveland Browns, better than?
I would say better than Detroit.
Yeah.
I would say better than Detroit, but with their offense and their defense being ranked like 26 and 27 and both, I think you would have to say Detroit's probably better than Cleveland at this time.
See there. So that's you looking at it with a naked eye. So that's what I'm saying. My power rank is pretty much right. You're saying maybe they're not as good. They might be better than the New Orleans. We don't know. But would you take Detroit over Arizona, who's a point better?
Detroit over Arizona by 1 point?
Yeah. Or Arizona better than Detroit?
Yeah, I'd take Detroit.
See, so that's what I'm saying. My power ranking might be a little soft on Detroit. That's for the extra points. That's what I realized.
You still had them covering 4 though, or you only had them 4 points.
I got them 4.5,
and we're getting 7 with Detroit.
Yeah,
and so you would take 4.5.
It's in that zone of a touchdown anyway. Yeah, or two field goals. Yeah, so money is good.
I would say so. I like a lot of these underdogs this week. It's just, I think you just, if you could pull out the right ones, bro, like we'll have to talk a little bit more in depth once Saturday rolls around, but you can pull up the just the right 1, 2, or 3 to hit that little sucker parlay bet or whatever.
From what we were seeing with Jones, it's just all about having better options. It's all about having the best options. If we have better options, I'm sure the success rate will be a whole lot better, but everything is real scarce right now. So that's what I'm saying with NFL. If that's all that we have to play with, we might want to, maybe focus in a different place.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And still play enough to keep our interest on Sunday. But, hey, there's money to be made because just like Jerry Jones said, don't fuck with me.
I was wondering about that. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Jones says, do not fuck with me to the 97-year-old Robert Kraft. They're going to put him in the octagon, see who comes out.
Yeah,
loser sells team.
Yeah, they're all You got to put Dan Shiesty in there too because, you know what I'm saying, he got to come in with the Redskins. And I'm sorry, my bad. Commandos and come in with the chair running down the aisle to jump into the match and slide the chair in to Robert Kraft. What you got for the hometown on the Seahawks this week, man? Because it's looking, dude, you got a team that's looking nice, and at this point, they're familiar with playing at the world's greatest arena because, hey, check this out. You got to go play the Rams every year. So this is not going to be something that's that's going to be unfamiliar to them, playing young Herb and his tender rib rack. Okay.
Yeah. Which doesn't seem to be, maybe it is bothering him last week because
I think it is.
That game was a little dicey.
He don't look right. I think it is because he don't look right. He don't look flowy.
What do you got? Chargers -5 at home against the Seahawks. 50 is the over/under. Man, I think Seattle can control the ball now. I think they can control the game with the running game that they got going. Short little tight end dump passes with Geno knock on wood, not turning the ball over. Defense is still a little sketch, even though Tariq Woolen is 4 interceptions straight games with an interception. We talked about him a lot early, but it seems to be like he's the only guy that is making anything happen on that defense.
Kobe's out there. He's out there trying to hustle.
He's getting better.
Yeah, he's getting better.
He's getting better. So we'll see. I mean, I on a homer front, I would definitely say they cover this game. I don't know about pulling out a win against the Chargers. I think Bosa's still out, but you still have to you got the machine Khalil Mack out there. So
how are they looking ATS? Let me see.
Here, I'll pull it up. I got it right here.
Oh, even Steve. Yeah.
Both of them are 3-3 against the spread. Both of them 3-3 over under. Tells us absolutely nothing.
Well, we do know that you're playing fourth and whatever.
Yeah.
So
it was Staley's
This could be an interesting game when you got fourth and whatever. They always make sure that they keep a proper witching hour with fourth
The
and
witching
whatever.
hour going, that's for sure. They're like top spot on the witching hour. Well, I'll tell you my hometown plays of the week, and then we can get into any other game you want to go with. I got 3. I got one from the offensive side of the ball. I got one from the defensive side of the ball, and I got one from special teams.
Okay.
So we got the given Kenny Walker over 100 yards and 1 touchdown. So have to roll with my boy. And then just talked about Tariq Woolen. Going to have to throw it out there that he gets his 5th straight game with a pick. Have to roll the dice on that since it's 4 in a row. You got to have a little faith in the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you have to go with the all infamous Jason Myers. Will get 3 field goals.
The under.
And the game will go over 3.5 field goals. So I like both. I like that special teams play because you've seen the Seahawks get close enough to be in, on that turf in California at SoFi where they've played many times before with those Rams, and you know how the Rams and the Seahawks like to stop each other and kick field goals. So maybe we'll get some Jason Myers field goals as well.
And then, like I talked about last week, always big advantage to the road team. Seahawks, traveling fans, big traveling fans. LA is about to be popping with people from Seattle who could take a cheap flight down there and go and watch an expensive ass game.
Expensive ass.
Okay. So the Seahawks fans, you will see cheering in that game in SoFi for sure for the Seahawks. I guarantee you, because they ain't gonna be no Chargers heavyweight cheering off in there. But the only thing I really had, man, that I feel like we should have spent any kind of time on before we move on to anything else, man, is that Super Bowl matchup from a couple years ago. I don't know if it means the same thing, but we got the Chiefs and the 49ers again, with roughly the same squads, except for the Chiefs is working with something new. The 49ers is rolling up almost like this is revenge. We got the same ass dudes, literally the same dudes. The same dudes are there pissed. KC, bunch of new jokers. Mahomes still there. He's playing what looks like at the top of his game. I don't know. Last
yeah,
week,
when we thought he was a couple weeks ago when he was on top of his game, he took a deuce.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's just, but I think that's the nature of them. And what happened last year when we ended up watching, as we looked up around this time, week 7, week 8, we look up, oh shit, Chiefs, ATS, banging it. Even though they look like shit, but hey, they're covering and they're favored still. It's not like they're underdogs around here. So that's going to be an interesting matchup, I think, in there. And I think this is one of my biggest power ranking discrepancies, and it's the hardest one to figure because, of course, knowing what we know, 3-3 and 4-2, it seems a lot closer. That's why Vegas says what they say. My power rank says this is 5.5. I got KC, the second best team in the league. San Francisco, number 1 in the first 10 at number 11.
Yeah, I mean, what San Francisco took the freaking L last week, which I would have thought, yeah, against Atlanta, who covered again, but won.
Atlanta State covering, y'all.
Yeah, still 6-0 on the year. So we got that one. But Atlanta's played well against the NFC West. So yeah, that's a hard one. At least San Francisco's at home. They're 1-5 or 3-3 against the spread and 1-5 on the over under 48.5. I don't know. That's kind of one of those stay away games. But if you got KC 5.5, I guess if you could take them 2.5, you probably would.
That's the whole thing is do you take them doing that and hope that the 49ers defense, and you don't get surprised by all of a sudden Nick Bosa's back all of a sudden, and he I'm saying, he don't have no problems. And now Patrick Mahomes is running all over the field like he was in the Super Bowl that year, even though they kind of ended up running over him after it all boiled down. But I could see this being a close game because KC doing what they do and all of that. But I think it's going to be an interesting game for division setup because you got San Francisco, okay, can take control of the division. And the 49ers, I mean, not the 49ers, but the Seahawks ain't ready to give up, man. They don't want to tank for none of the three guys.
No.
I mean, I don't know why, but they don't want to tank for none of the three guys, or at least not yet. Okay. They're making it look very interesting right now, which is very good. So knowing that the 49ers have pressure to do that, it's just now they have to go out there and do it. They tried to get out there and do it last week versus the damn Falcons. And Ayuk had a good game, even though they said that Garoppolo and Ayuk got beef, some old school beef from back in the day, but they still couldn't do enough against the Falcons. And the Falcons defense is not that the same as the Chiefs defense with Frank Clark and those two. So yeah, that one's going to be interesting, man. So I don't know, another week of NFL shenanigans and chicanery.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, again, frick, I don't know what game was that? Was it the Monday night game?
Which one?
That there were like, it was the Monday night game. So I remember talking to Jones, like 300 yards and penalties. There were like 27 flags thrown. Who knows? That's another thing. You never know what's going on, especially with these referees now. I mean,
because I'm just looking.
Definitely takes away a little confidence when you're betting a +7 or a -2.5. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why I try to look for
foolery, bro.
I try to look for the storylines. Like, okay, so where's the division matchups? We got Cleveland versus Baltimore. Okay, they could make Cleveland win, and so now the whole division is now 3-4. Why not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you ain't lying though. You ain't lying.
We could have Detroit beat Dallas at home, and then Dallas falls way behind the Giants and Philly in the division, and it does nothing for Detroit because they would still be way behind Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even matter, but it would just mangle up the situation more, which all makes for real fun when we get on here and we put this thing together for everybody, man.
Yeah, real fun unless we have some tickets in the place. Tickets in place. Bro, I just want to. This is crazy. I real quick to close this out for the NFL. A couple of my underdogs that I liked, and I was checking out. Houston +7.
That's
4-1 against.
That's another one.
4-1 against the spread. Atlanta +6.5. 6-0 against the spread. What else did I have? Oh, the Giants. How are they a 3-point underdog?
I could have got them at 4
at Jacksonville. Where are they at? And they are 5-1 against the spread.
That's right.
Yeah, those are definitely the
few. If the world could see my scribble sheet, which I can't, and I wouldn't even reveal that type of information, you would get the same knowledge that the boy Stix just gave you. Power ranking picks: Atlanta, asterisk; New York Giants, asterisk; Houston Texans, asterisk; Kansas City, asterisk; and New Orleans, asterisk.
Nice. So I didn't take a side on the KC game, but the New Orleans one, that was my pick too.
All the other ones are just scratch. I forgot one. Is just what Vegas said. Go ahead. You got it?
Forgot one. Jets.
Okay, I knew that's where you were going. Okay.
Yeah. Where were they? They're 4-2 against the spread, and I think they win this game straight up from what you've seen from Denver.
Straight up. This, you know what? You might have the baller play of the week right there. That might be the all-in play of the week, because look, I have Denver 2.5 better. Well, I have Denver 2.5 better, and that's seeing them look like ass. and seeing the Jets look like they look.
Yeah, that Brees Hall kid, man, he's coming out. And I didn't see. Well, Denver's defense was actually okay, but
that's the thing.
They may be defeated with all this Russell Wilson drama going on.
That's true, because you know what? Because I think now that brings up another point. Beast Mode and Sherm is out here talking.
Right.
So it's almost like the Arizona Cardinals thing where you got old players from the squad saying this is a shitty place to be, or you know what I'm saying, or something like that. This situation, they're putting out there nationally that we've been having problems with this dude from way back. Why y'all wanted to fumble? These are the same problems we had with this dude back then.
Yeah.
It was covered up.
Yeah, and you got Melvin Gordon over there all giving the side eye. I mean, how does that dude get 3 carries? He didn't even fumble this time.
He didn't even fumble this time.
He didn't even fumble this time.
Wow, I thought.
And you got Boone and Latavius Murray, someone you pull right off your practice squad. Shout out to Latavious Murray. I mean, he's a good dude. I'm not
teams this year.
I'm not hating on him either, but you literally gave Melvin Gordon 1 series. Is that a team thing? Is that a Russ thing? I mean, everything's pointing to Russ at this point. So, and he's not making those plays. So that's why I just say, I mean, at this point, Denver has shown us absolutely nothing. So I would roll with your boy, Zach Wilson, and just the straight up money line on this one. Probably going to get it at 110, 105 or something. This would be one to take the shot at because Denver's at home too. I mean, still, who cares? Take the shot.
Yeah, I mean, you got a little bit of, the whole Denver altitude business. But hey, I mean, if you want, I can put in a call and I can get you Russell back right now. Right now, I mean, it takes a couple calls. I could do it.
No, I think we'll take the first rounder, second rounder, and this year and next year's draft will be just quite okay. Homie.
Talk about it. Rebuild.
I think Sunday's going to be a good weekend of football, though. Good weekend of football.
38 is the total. New York Jets and Denver Broncos. 38 is the total. There is no money line. They will not take bread.
No kidding.
Hey, I'm telling you. Hey, you go to casino, they'll take bread from you, but they're gonna take big bread. They're gonna take big. It's gonna be like, you
better get your walker ready. You roll up to that counter, get that ticket, homie.
Yeah.
Denver is 1-5 on the over under this year. So I don't care how low that number goes. I think you're gonna be able to keep it right at the U.
That's right. We were looking funny at that 30 something last time, and they pulled up a fucking 19.
Yeah, they're whacking. They're crazy out there.
Oh, shit.
Well, homie, what else you got? You got a little NBA action that you were speaking of a little bit earlier.
You know what, man? I think we might as well get into an NBA and give NBA some time. I talked about earlier that the NBA is needling in on the NFL market share a little bit by stealing a couple weeks, which is cool for them because they can stay out there and get something going. But as you know, here
and not do a Kobe.
Look at missing
twice.
Yeah, we don't give a lot of air to breathe to the NBA. Mainly, there's no franchise here regionally for us to discuss on there, and nationally, who cares? I mean, I'm trying to reach out to the Portland market, man, but it is hard out here. So Blazers fans, stand up. Hey, I don't know what to do. Call in with your Blazers questions. We'll let you know what we need to do to get Damian Lillard on the right path. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the NBA. Warriors came right out, got rid of the curse. They got their rings and won, something that people don't generally do. They always get the ring and then effectively lose. You know why they won? Because they play the Lakers. Yeah, I mean, you got to set that up beautifully with you play the Lakers on ring
kickoff.
Night. Yeah, you play the Lakers on ring night. You got Russell Westbrook. You don't want to dap people up at the free throw line. He don't want to go in when people are going huddle up. He's literally standing off to the side, looking the other way.
Already, he's being a nuisance like that.
Yes, like I'm purposely not listening to you with somebody pulling your jersey like this. And
Good
he's
Lord.
sitting there,
The
hands
fuck is
on
game one,
hands on
bro?
your knees, like I'm not. No, I'm not listening to you. I'm not going over there. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. They have to get him out of there because it's just not gonna work. They're trying to move him to 6-man and have him work a second team to make him happy, so he can run a second team, and then they'll put LeBron and Anthony Davis and put Patrick Beverly out there. Okay, as much shit as he started, they just want a shit starter out there playing point guard with the rest of them running the first team, and then have Russell bring energy on them. And he's not having it. He's talking about he don't know what to do during opening warmups because he's used to warming up. Now you don't have to. Now he's talking about, oh, I might get hurt like this.
Jesus.
It's bad, man. It's not good. But I think that the NBA, they got something nice with the Warriors and what they're able to do. You think that the Warriors won last year and there was a lot of talk, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, a lot of issues going on with Draymond Green. They out here punching each other. They're knuckling up in practice, videos out there. Yeah, it's just debatable whether or not he punched him and held him on the way down, or he was punching him and adding that little extra oomph to it.
Add the little thumb to the throat. You never know.
That's up for debate. But it's a lot of stuff going on. They have guys that didn't even play last year that were number 1 draft picks that are going to now be into the rotation heavily. So there's no other way to look, to be honest with you, than that.
Zion's back.
Zion is back. Zion played, bro.
25 points, I believe.
Come on, dog.
I'll tune into Zion. I mean,
yeah, I definitely would.
Tune into Zion. The Gonzaga alum Chet Holmgren. Is they still out for the year? I have to look into him. I'm gonna write that down. Need to get the insider from old boy Dirk.
Yeah, we're missed out on seeing that, but we do have Seattle local product Paulo Banchero stand up. First game out, he's doing LeBron type things. He did the 25-5 thing, where
did he? Nice.
Yeah. Oh, you remember the old Nikes, the LeBron they came out with after he hit the 25-5. It was a regular LeBron, and then they came out with a 25-5. It wasn't fly. It was a good work shoot, but it wasn't fly. But anyway, yeah,
you don't have him behind you there on the.
Nah, hell no, that would not get no shelf time. Not at all. But they beat Brooklyn too. So at the same time, I mean,
that fucking fiasco is already up in arms with Durant and Kyrie and freaking Simmons, bro. Yep. How do you play 24 minutes, score 2 points, and foul out? Not even 20. What was it? 12 minutes or something?
But that's what he's got to do. That's his role, is to get the ball to those guys. You don't have to worry about shooting. Just get it to those guys. They'll score 80 points by themselves. Those two.
I
rebound.
Wait, how many more weeks do we get to go before the drama starts popping off in Brooklyn and LA? Haven't even seen the Clippers. I think the Clippers and Lakers play tonight, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, Clippers and Lakers. See how that madness rolls out.
That's a lot of money for a rebounder, bro.
Hey, I don't know if you have anything else, but I do have a question, a concerning question, like we've just already talked about.
Go ahead.
The Sonics, we don't have the Sonics here. We have an arena ready for them, right?
Yep.
The commissioners already came out and said Vegas and Seattle last year.
Yep.
Were they going to wait for the 3 arenas in Vegas to get built before they decide to bring the Sonics back? Because how long is that going to take? Because I guess there's like at least a dozen plans for arenas, sites, and they're going to actually going to build like 2 or 3 of these things. That's wild.
They can do concerts in them. They can just build them. They got money. They just throw, projects together. But why? You trying to tell me that the T-Mobile joint where the Knights play at it ain't sufficient enough?
Right. Makes 0 sense.
The Knights play there. Okay, I know the Aces play there. Do you guys are NBA affiliates?
Where do they play the summer league games at?
The Thomas and Mack.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
mean, back in the day, they could have did Thomas and Mack. They could have cut a deal with the college and they could have used the arena, but they would have bogarted their schedule. So they wouldn't have done that. So now you already have a place, arena where basketball is played. And if you're scared that it's women's basketball, right? You have a professional men's franchise that went to the Stanley Cup that plays there too. So it handles real life situations.
Correct.
You can just name the franchises now and say beginning 2024, right? So that way they can get in the draft.
You start it rolling, man.
I think
get
that
the Sonics, get the Vegas team going, and you're good to go. What the fucking round?
It's rich people. Who are we going to allow in the mysterious club?
Not Daniel Snyder.
Hey, I don't even know. But I mean, LeBron is talking about he wants the one in Vegas. I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah, or how that's gonna work.
And that's all it is, because we were talking about the whole Walmart situation, the whole thing with what's going on with Stan Kroenke, the Rams, and all of that. And Ballmer, he's out here. Ballmer's out here buying up the Forum so he could put another basketball arena there because he doesn't want to play in Staples Center crypto whatever with the Lakers. Yeah. He don't want to do it.
No, he wants to still. Yeah, he talked about building his own thing too, right?
Yeah, he already did it. So now they talking about the breaking ground. I think it might have already happened, but yeah, it's wild out here. But like I said, they I don't understand the machinations. They have to go with it. I think that they probably got a lineup of people that want to be NBA franchise owners. It's just whatever their criteria is. Probably, yeah, that's all it is. Because you trying to tell me that it's not a bunch of people lined up saying if they said we have 2 franchises that we need ownership for, put in bids, that they wouldn't have 50 people lined up immediately. For sure they would.
Oh, definitely. They'd be ready to rock and roll.
That's a club that there's only a few people in.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you, it's got to be a better club than old boy from the Hornets last night. That club that he was at, that must have been a good club, but that must have been a hood club because, and you know how I love shenanigans. The dude that I said, and it's funny because I remember saying this on draft night. I think it was last year when we were doing draft or texting her anyway. But I was like, this dude, James Booknight, man, that dude's a bucket. He's like from Providence. I'm telling you, man, in the tournament, I saw a game and he was balling. He gets drafted by the Hornets. Yeah, he gets found in a police car on the side of the street, on the side of the road, gone. Food all on his face, fast food bags all over the place, and a pistol in the car.
Oh my gosh. I didn't see all that.
Yeah, they go, hey man, get up. He doesn't just get up and do a James Bones Jones and go, oh shoot, I'm in jail. I gotta go to jail. I got busted. This dude fires the car up. Police said that Booknight, once awake, refused to comply with commands and appeared confused for several minutes. They said he sat and ate food inside his vehicle and then proceeded to crash into 2 police cars. One in the front and the other in back. He was trying to get away cop style. He has an NBA contract, bro.
The kids, man, kids these days. Kids these days. Hey, man, I didn't see that whole story.
That one definitely beats the dude who had the bong mask on draft day. That beats that.
We need to bring back the fucking moron of the week. We had Seg moron of the week,
that's
or
light
whatever.
Work for you. You can find idiots all over the place. I'm sure there's a genius just waiting for you to call them out every week. I'm telling you, the people probably are going to.
And the fans are pretty good at that. You know, we're gonna have some fan nonsense.
You might even get submissions for this one. They're gonna be like,
yeah,
shout out my
check
homeboy.
this out.
Yeah, shout out my homeboy. He's an idiot.
use the hashtag Stix and Sports, and we'll take your submissions for the moron of the week or whatever we decide to call it. We'll have to come up with something.
But yeah, man, NBA, like I said, this is probably the most air that NBA is going to get. The NBA might go back to getting 60 seconds, man.
I think I like the NBA in 60 seconds better. That's pretty legit. You do a good job on the NBA in 60 seconds, homie. That's your own show there.
Because that's it. But outside of that, hey, look, I got a little something, a quote that I got out there for the people, since we always delve into life at the counter and betting before we close out, since the NBA ain't gonna never get no bread. There was a quote from Greg Popovich this year about what's gonna happen, since there's a lot of prospects out in the world, and the San Antonio Spurs have been known for, potentially being up to some shenanigans in order to get number 1 overall. If you remember, they had David Robinson number 1 overall and Tim Duncan number 1 overall, and then they got played at the same time. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how you do that. Okay. So, and then they built around that. Greg Popovich might have revealed the betting strategy for the San Antonio Spurs to everybody this year.
Did he really?
Popovich's quote is, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. And every time you start out with that, you know it's going to be good. Nobody here should go to Vegas with the thought of betting on us to win the championship this year.
That's all you had to say?
You know what that means? They're tanking for the guy. They know that they suck. Greg Popovich is an OG. You know what that means? He just told you. He doesn't play around. Take your money to the counter. Fade the Spurs. He just told you, straight from the mouth of the coach. We ain't trying to win.
No, we're just going out there attempting to see what we got. If there's anybody to keep, it's going to be a 82 game tryout.
Dude, I need that type of realization and realism in my life.
Well, you better.
We're not trying to win.
Better start tracking.
I'm telling you, watch this. I'm telling you, I'm going to be on that. I can't believe this dude said that. I says, oh, really? Is that right? I don't know how I go about playing this. Does this mean under points? I'm sure this means under wins, but what is the win total? And I didn't look that up.
I'm sure it means not covering.
You know what? I think it means fade them in the second half. I think maybe. I don't know. And when if they might be close to winning, they might just start going, let me take all these guys out, whatever guys they got, because I don't even know anybody.
I don't know anybody on there either.
Yeah. Shout out to Vinny Del Negro.
Vinny Del Negro and Manu Ginobili
and Avery Johnson and Bruce Bowen. And,
I like the Tim Duncan and the Admiral David Robinson. I remember that Admiral card.
Shout out to Boris Diaw.
Well, brother, bounce out of here and get on with the day, man, and see what's you. I know you need to hit that NHL slate with that parlay on the over 1.5 1Ps, because those are popping off, and the over 6.5 5.5 if you get that. But yeah, homie, you'll have to let you know what you guys got. I know Jones is thriving or fiending right now to talk to me, so he's probably got something on the plate.
Let me know.
So hey, thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate y'all. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow this guy, Nos Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. Go to thisisfutter.com for more podcasts and online content, and check out the merch while you're there. What you got for the people, brother?
Man, nothing, man. Shout out to you, and all of y'all. Never forget, always remember, this is funner.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.